Phase 90 is always the first thing on my board. I love it for slow modulation on arpeggiated rhythm patterns. And combined with fuzz, it's a great way to add an unpredictable, almost vocal type quality to lead lines. Sort of like a wah or an auto wah, but a bit more subtle. Hey, I'm Eric Haugen. Check the description box below for tabs and backing tracks on my website. Information about exactly what sound tools I'm using today. This is a new Daniel Fields guitar I'm doing some QC on. How to schedule lessons with me, live streams, and more on Patreon, and my deep dive courses, including my newest one, Next Level Rhythm. It's all on my website. Let's look at Waylon Jennings, Looking Back, Texas. We got a G chord. It's just such a beautiful part right here. You're gonna come in there with so here's G major. Guitar players tend to forget there's an F sharp note right here, but yeah, this leans heavily on that tone. And with that slow sweep, that's just so cool. And then same idea to a C chord, you know. But, yep, big stretch to get that B natural, again, that major seventh on that chord. And then a D chord. Yeah, to get back out of that. And I think I did. Beautiful G chord. Here comes a G7. Let's listen to that again. That's real pretty. Here comes a C. Kind of getting the melody in there. I've said this many times, the open position isn't for beginners. Like, it's a really cool place to play things. You get those overtones. A minor. D again. A minor. D. G. A minor. D. G. And a little Willie, I put a little Willie Nelson thing. So pretty. Have I sold you on a phaser yet? Let's think of some other songs that maybe you've heard that have a phaser on it. Oh, I don't know, David Gilmour. Yeah, Breathe, check it. Now, so this is still clean with a phaser. Let me pull some footage from a video I did a couple of weeks ago, a hybrid picking video. You can also use it for chicken picking type stuff. Check out the solo from Travis Tritz. Here's a quarter, Call Someone Who Cares. There's a phaser on the clean side of things. Now let's start to explore what happens when we put some more dirt on it. Okay, what did we do there? We got the phase 90. We're in the neck position pickup on this Stratocaster. Phase 90 hitting the octave fuzz and the Strymon deco. The deco is kind of set. Well, let's hear how it's set. The deco right now is set at like a medium crunch. Octave fuzz. Phaser. I'm not even very loud in this room right now. I'm still not much louder than, my speaking voice, just so you know. Obviously, if I really want to get that wild tone that Billy Corgan got on, that's like one of my favorite solos. I think, Lord knows what Butch Vig did there, how many amps he's playing through, but boy, it sounds like that amp is about to blow up. It's like, that solo's what we're going to talk about more in a second, but it's also a very special place because that solo's major. It's very much a major solo, which it's hard to sound that badass playing major. So wild and unhinged. Yeah, dude. Okay, let's look at it. Coming in. Crawling up just a big E arpeggio, E7 really. Now, the solo drops in on a D, so that is, the chords are going D. That just sounds so badass. So that's kind of like a classic rock progression, really. So he does come in with a blues note, that 15. And this is the thing about octave fuzz and phaser. Listen to all this like unpredictable modulation that's happening. Oh, I'm a little hot. Let me bring my thing down. Now, by the way, with octave fuzz, they work best in neck position pickups. Something about the harmonics work better there. Now, oh yeah, this is like the same area as Mississippi Queen. I could totally play that on top of that. But anyway, the next thing he's coming in with is major pentatonic. Here's an E. Kind of a B.B. King box. But yeah. Cool. All right, let's look at that again. So. Last fret. Now that I'm not sure he's actually doing that on the record because that's just pure feedback on the record, but the pitch is about there. Half step bend, so it's a C sharp to a D. And then this is so cool. Yep, that's again like an E7. E major pentatonic. Let's look at this again. Then he's going to play to the changes. He knows the C is coming. C to G. He saw that there's, here's the C chord, there's the G of it. And then gets out. Now, just for grins, no phaser. No octave fuzz. Phaser, no octave fuzz. Yeah. Now he might. Now I do think he's using an octave fuzz there. It sounds screechy. Maybe he's just using a big muff. I think he has like that orange MXR distortion into again. I don't tone chase too exactly. Little disclaimer or a little bit of thoughts on tone chasing. Don't forget that it's not just the guitar, the pedals, and the amp. It's also the microphone and the studio and the engineers. You're looking at hundreds of thousands of dollars of equipment to get the tones that we know. So you try and get close. You're like bright, dark, mid-rangey, fuzz, overdrive, modulation, reverb, delay. You just kind of get close, but I really don't think you should, expect that you're going to get, AC/DC guitar tone or Billy Corgan guitar tone. There's hundreds of thousands of dollars behind that tone. And, hundreds of thousands of, master level expertise, behind the console and those microphones. Anyway, just a little thought I have. Again, everything for me is like, I aim for 93%, low A, like, that's a good grade. A little bit of bonus round. Let's just talk. I need to make another video about this. I talk about diagonal pentatonics all the time. That's what Billy is thinking of, but maybe even higher. You can go even higher. Like those, I'm going to make some more videos about those. Combined with like the cage thing, they're one of the smoothest ways to kind of tastefully go around the fretboard and do stuff. Now, a little bonus round talking about phaser and octave fuzz. Definitely a David Gilmour thing. He uses that sound. Is he using the octave fuzz on Animals? One of my favorite Pink Floyd records. I need to do some songs off of that. But another one of my pet sounds that I use all the time. I'll cut to it in a second. This sound, this phaser with an octave fuzz, but then in guitarmony. So you have this modulation from the phaser, the modulation from the octave fuzz going, so you get all sorts of things are moving differently, and then you put them together in guitarmony. It just creates this very alive, dynamic guitar part. I think I did something when I did a demo of the Fender Ventera 2 Mustang. Let's go listen. It's cool. Right? So one of my favorite sounds. I use that when I don't know what to do on a song for a guitar solo. I'm like, that's one of the places I go. To me, it's also like I actually last weekend I was at my buddy's house doing some stuff on a project he was working on, and also like it was like a soul song. It's not done yet, but I was like, you know what? Instead of like a horn section, I used that sound, that kind of trippy octave fuzz guitarmony sound. It's definitely like, use it, take it. I have discovered it. No, I haven't discovered it, but anyway, take it. It's cool. That's all we got to talk about for today. If you enjoy my work, hey, like, subscribe, and share. That costs you nothing and helps people like me out immensely who work this gig. One more time, how my business works. You can book lessons with me, live streams, backing track, charts. That stuff's on Patreon. And my deep dive courses. I have a new one, Guitar Zen Next Level Rhythm. That's coming out Tuesday, March 26th. I'm actually going to do like a live collab thing with Truefire that day. So, you'll see a notification for it if you have that bell. I don't even, the bell clicked. But yeah, it's a pretty cool course. It's going to go really detailed and specific about intervals, grooves, how to make up tasty little, rhythm guitar parts that aren't just, chopping chords. They're just a little more than chopping chords. Not too fancy, just a little fancier. As Bill and Ted would say, be excellent to each other. That includes yourself. Happy Friday. Eat pizza.